Hey guys, this is Steve with DQ Barbecue. It's -3 right now, and today we're gonna make some delicious pork butt. Y'all hang out. So in one of the recent Thursday chats with Troy, by the way, if y'all don't know Troy from over at T-Roy Cooks, I'm gonna put his link right up there. That's a great channel, y'all need to go check that out. But every Thursday he'll answer questions if you write in and ask him. So I wrote in and asked him, say, hey Troy, I love barbecue, but I've been cooking the same stuff for a while now. I'm getting pretty good at that. I'd like to try something new. And if you know anything about Troy, you know he's got a Cajun background to him. So I asked him, I said, hey, what's your favorite Cajun barbecue dish to cook? And Troy thought about it for a minute. He came back at me with a cushon de lait. Now, if you don't know, and I didn't know until Troy told me, a cushon de lait is essentially a Cajun pig in the ground. I got a big yard, but I don't have the time to dig a hole to cook a whole pig. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do my interpretation of a cushon de lait on a pork butt. Now, full disclosure, I'm not Cajun. Don't really have any Cajun in my background. I like Cajun food, but that's about it. But I did some looking around, looked at some other people's recipes and whatnot, and I've got what I believe is going to come out as some pretty tasty Cajun pulled pork. And since it's first of the year, you know, we got to have our pork for good luck. We're going to grill up some cabbage steaks too, because you got to have that cabbage for good luck. And then, well, just because we can, we're going to grill up some pineapple to go with that pork. It's going to be good. As you can see right now, I got flannel on flannel going on. It's like I said, -3 outside. So we're going to go ahead first. We're going to start off firing up our smoker. We're going to give it ample time to come up to temp. This will be a good, long cook, cold weather test for our egg corn as well. So we'll see what we can do. All right, let's fire this grill up. Alright guys, so what'd you think of that footage lighting the grill? That's literally all I got before the cold shut my phone down. Turned it back on, it had like 10% battery life. It's amazing. I knew it could happen. I've never seen it though. That was impressive. Just to let you know though, we're gonna be cooking this thing somewhere between 235 and 250 today. And to start it up, we did what we always did. We loaded it down with lump charcoal, and I really loaded it down today because it is a cold one, and I've never ran the egg corn in these conditions yet. I just want to make sure it has the fuel to do what it needs to do. Other than that, we just used our fire starter, you know, let the coals heat up, close it down, and now we're waiting for it to come up to temp. Now in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and prep our pork butt. So if y'all get in here, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I'm going to do there. Alright guys, so today's a little bit more in depth than I normally do a pork butt, but it's still really simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out, I've got 8 little cloves of garlic here. I'm going to go ahead and cut 8 slits in the top of this, because this is how we're going to cook it with fat cap up, to let that fat render down over the pork. So after I get my 8 slits cut in the top of this, we're just going to go ahead and take those cloves and just shove them down in those slits, just one at a time. No real rhyme or reason, just putting them down in there. Next, I whipped up my own little Cajun butter injection. So to do this, all I did was I had a half a cup of butter, or 1 stick, about a teaspoon of Frank's Red Hot. You can use whatever hot sauce you want. That's just what I had on hand and I like it. About a teaspoon of granulated garlic and a teaspoon of Cajun seasoning. Got that all heated up and mixed up, and now we're just going to go ahead and grid pattern it as best we can and just go ahead and inject some of this inside of there. I don't normally inject a pork butt, but I thought for this cook, let's just see how much Cajun flavor we can get in there. So I've got a little bit of our Cajun butter injection left over here. We're just going to take and spoon this onto the outside of the pork butt, and we're going to use that as our binder today. Now that our pork butt's all injected, let's go ahead and hit it with some rub. And what I did for rub today was I took the rib rub I normally use, which you guys have heard me say before. It's Famous Dave's rib rub. It's good stuff. I like it. I went ahead and took 3/8 of a cup of that and 1/8 of a cup of McCormick's Cajun seasoning. You can use Tony's or whatever else you like. My wife just likes McCormick's, and I do too, so that's what I used. Went ahead and mixed that together. Luckily, it just happened to finish off the shaker bottle of rib rub I had, and apparently half a cup is half a shaker. So we got that all mixed up in the shaker, and we're just going to apply this liberally to the outside. That's it. Pork butt is ready to go. I'm gonna go up, head outside, check the smoker. I'm not gonna take y'all with me because I don't think my phone can handle it, but I'll bring you back in right before I put this pork butt on. See you in a bit. Alright guys, so according to my ThermalWorks smoke, we're hovering right between that 225, 230 mark. I'm happy with that. So we're gonna go ahead and head up. We're gonna go ahead and get this on the pit. Now normally, I know we do these talks out next to the pit, but it's warmed up to a balmy 1 degree, so I figured instead of killing my phone again, you know, we'll get a few quick shots of there actually putting it on the pit, but we'll do our talk through down here. Also, thumbs up if you like the new place we're recording. We're just trying something new so I stay out of my family's way. So we're going to go up, we're going to get this on the pit. I'm not going to put a probe in it right now. It's going to be a long cook, so I'm going to wait till that 4-hour mark, and ideally, if nothing goes awry, we're just going to not even look at this thing till that 4-hour mark. Also, I'm not planning to wrap today. Now, normally I'll wrap a pork butt, but since we're trying to emulate that cushon delay, you know, pig in the ground, you don't wrap a whole pig in the ground, so we're just going to let this go uncovered and see how it turns out. Alright, let's head outside and see what's happening. Alright guys, so we're just going to center it up on our pan. You can see we got a drip pan there with water in it. Also, I came out a little earlier and threw 3 chunks of apple wood on it, so that's it. We'll put it to bed for 4 hours. We'll see y'all then. Alright guys, so our pork butt's been out here on the pit for about 4 hours so far. And as you can see from the smoke, we've kept it at about 230 degrees on the pit, and our pork butt's reached about 150. Now, I just opened this up a little bit ago to put that probe in. I wanted to see where the pork butt was at. When we get to about that 160 temp, about where you normally start to stall, I'll probably come out and start mopping it with something just to keep it nice and moist. But for the time being, I think we're going to crank the temp up to the pit, maybe about 250, since we're not going to wrap it, to try to help beat that stall some. We'll see what happens. I'll bring you all back out here when I come out to mop it, but till then, I'll give you a little shot of what's going on here. Take a look. Alright, that's looking pretty good. We'll see you all in a little bit. Alright, so it took us right around 9 hours on this 8.5 pound pork butt I started with. We didn't wrap it, and I decided not to actually go ahead and mop it every once in a while because with the water in the pan below it, I was checking on it about every hour and it seemed just fine. So we just let it cook, and 9 hours later, it looks really good to me. I'm hoping it lives up to the expectation I've got built up in my head. But for right now, we're gonna go ahead and tint it with some foil and let it chill out for about an hour. In the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and do our cabbage steaks and get some grilled pineapple ready. Alright, we'll see y'all in a bit. Alright guys, it's been about an hour since we tinted our pork butt, and that time we grilled some cabbage steaks as well as a little bit of pineapple for this. So let's go ahead and get this foil off. Let's start pulling into this and see what we can get. Alright guys, so to start with, I'm just going to go ahead and pull this fat cap right off. My wife doesn't really like it. You can see our slits from where we put our garlic in there. Oh man. Now, my personal favorite part of pulling any piece of pork butt specifically, so we can get that out. Oh, that's just... Anytime you get a clean pull like that, you know you did it right. Flavors can come and go, but if you cooked it right, that'll come out just clean as you can be. Alright guys, now that I've pulled some of this, I just want to let you know, even though we just tinted this for an hour, we didn't even put it in a cooler. It is still blistering hot on the inside. Never be afraid to let your meat rest. It's the best for it. It lets it absorb that juice back up in it, and it will still be smoking hot when you get back to it. I think we need to fix this a plate up. Alright, so as I get my plate ready, I'm going to start with my grilled pineapple. Now, the way we do this is we just take a fresh pineapple from the store. We like to slice it to where it's sort of long and thin. And then I'm just going to go ahead and make a cut right in the middle. And just gonna just act like a piece of cheese on there, really. Now, as you can see, we went ahead and we grilled this a little bit ago, just to, you gotta get that grilled effect on there. It's too good not to include. Let's get some of this pork on here. Oh yeah. Pile it up a little bit. The only reason I'm not piling it high right now is because it burns my fingers to grab. Alright, now since we're doing this as Cajun pork, I'm gonna go ahead and some of that rub I mixed up earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and add some of that right on top of it. I don't really want to go with straight barbecue sauce because I don't feel like that fits what I'm going for today. And then to finish it off, we're gonna hit it with a little hot sauce, just, add that spice to it. Alright, y'all. Gonna have to hit that up. But also, just so you know, this is the first of the year, and for good luck, we gotta have our cabbage too. Now, just as a bonus, to get that cabbage steak done, all I did was cut a cabbage into about half-inch slices and put it out on the grill for about 40 minutes. 20 minutes on each side at roughly 425. A little olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic. Comes out great. If you haven't tried it, y'all should give it a shot. Alright, enough about those vegetables. Let's try our barbecue. Before we dive into the sandwich, I just want to go over what we did again today. So we started off with an 8.5 pound pork butt, and I was trying to imitate a cushon de lait, a classic Cajun pig in the ground. So what we did was I take a clove of garlic, separated it out, cut 8 slits in the top of our pork butt. We went ahead, we put the garlic down at each one of those slits. After that, we took our Cajun butter injection. We mixed up a half a cup of butter, a teaspoon of garlic, and a teaspoon of Cajun seasoning. And again, today I was using McCormick's Cajun seasoning. We had melted that butter, mixed that all up, and injected as much as we could into our pork butt. Any Cajun injection we had left over, we just went ahead and rubbed that all over the pork butt to use as our binder today. Now the rub we used was a combination. It was 3 parts of the normal rib rub I use. Hey, use whatever barbecue rub you like, and 1 part Cajun seasoning. I didn't want to get it too hot because I'm trying to feed this to everybody else, but we definitely wanted to get those aspects in. Once we got that all mixed up, we just went ahead and coated the whole butt with it. Once our butt was all seasoned up, we went ahead and got our pit set up to 230 degrees. We were able to hang there for the first 4 hours. Now at the 4-hour mark, we went ahead and checked it. I thought we were going to have to mop it, but with the water in the drip pan below, it didn't really have any problem staying moist. So we went ahead and we didn't mop today. And at that 4-hour mark, just to help us beat the stall since I didn't want to wrap, we went ahead and cranked the pit up to that 250 mark. We let it run at 250 for the remainder of the cook. All in all, the cook today, from the time we hit the pit to the time we took it off, took 9 hours, and then we had an extra hour to rest. Now while this pork was resting, we went ahead and grilled some pineapple up. We also went ahead and grilled up some cabbage steaks because it's the first of the year and hey, we'll take all the luck we can get in 2018. Alright, I'm ready. Let's give this a shot. That smokiness and the spiciness of the pork mixed with the sweetness of that pineapple and then the char on the pineapple. This is a sandwich that it works great because all the aspects work together. I'm gonna go in for another bite. It's definitely got some of that spicy Cajun flavors you're looking for. And hey, the pineapple's probably not a Cajun thing, but I saw my opportunity and I took it. Alright guys, thanks for coming along with me on this cook today. Troy, I don't know if this is a close imitation to a cushon de lait or not, but either way you look at it, it was a good cook today. Something outside of my comfort zone, way different from the barbecue pork butts that I normally do, and I'm glad I took the time to do it. If you like what we did here today, go ahead and hit that like button down below, and if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hey, we got some new stuff coming out pretty regularly, so let's keep an eye out for the next video coming out, and until next time, y'all take it easy.